Woo. I should probably start this by saying I wrote this specifically for the project work that I've just submitted. It's been for the whole of Michaelmas term. It's been a project that's been a slight bane of my life, and I love it dearly. It's close to my heart, and maybe that's why I put so much into it, so much so that I feel like I'm a little bit burnt out or drained recently, and why I haven't put anything anywhere else, because I've been focusing solely on this. I'm reading a piece that I wrote for it right at the end of my sketchbook because it makes sense to put into a video format, especially with the research portfolio that's going in less than 12 hours. That's fun. It's weird right now looking at this camera because I'm in the exact, like, this is what you'd see if you were in a Zoom lecture or seminar with me. So, you know, that's fun to know. This is the exact view. It really looks like I've just got my webcam on. So without further ado, the title is Video Speech to Open a Discussion to the Use of Themes and Ideas Online. I've actually sat here and wondered what sound would actually best represent an IL-18 cytokine, how this would impact the social and physical outlook on the world, and how this would go on to impact the scale of all the work I've been doing this term, how it would go on to be altered. I spent a solid 10 minutes on that. Learning should be used within art because it's tactile. Words I feel I have used hundreds of times in the past few days when writing out on my work. But it is, as much as I've been changing biology to suit the presentation of art, that I've also been changing artwork within the world of biology. And these two sides are constant scalings in my work from the beginning, from the research, image making and animations. It's all been between the logical and the emotive and their divulging interactions. Learning within art is transcendent, as it innovates the realm of thinking. At least that's what I've been hoping to do. I think a large key element of this is relativity and deceit working hand in hand. Hear me out. You take fragments of the mundane, things you truly manage to take for granted, and attach them into a web of research, and hidden within the action is a new way of seeing a perspective that, if only fractionally, depends on the world of thought and the subject matter. Throughout this term, I have seen so many artists doing this in less of a direct manner. I've revelled at the moments of life and biology working side by side in harmony. But I guess when documented it all, I've been quite heavy-handed in coding my work in biological research. My work also needs to document the presentation of that and application of work. As I learned, the more people that do this, the more of a catalyst of change we can create. Distorted horrific magic. That's a sentence I use to describe my work, but it's currently 2 AM and I'm typing. I can't exactly remember what context this was within life, hey? I guess this term, it has soon become a laboratory of human interaction. That seems wild in my head right now. No part of this is complete. I want to break away from the humanistic perspectives and hold a more biological response in my work, so that I can be more of a learning discussion and take more of a blended approach towards my logical and emotive sides. But I don't think I would have half an understanding of this if I hadn't taken a human biological perspective in the beginning as a starting point. In short, my work this term has taken a very small element of biology and placed it in different scales to have a grander and larger presence in the social realm of life. I took various videos on the internet that looked at how an IL-18 cytokine can be found within the human body and eradicates some stomach viruses, and this could be built upon for so many different viruses. It then became a looming figure quite naturally in my research and then my work. Within my creative writing portion of my degree, I've been looking at looming figures in past or failed relationships. And I guess it's odd to see the IL-18 protein having a same effect. especially when considering the altercations it could have to our DNA when built up, and how this could alter generations of people. Most of what I produced this term was simply visual based, but I look to do more with the technological programs developed. I guess this will allow the participant to have more agency, which is key to solving questions arising in my work. So why am I here doing this now? I guess, as I will have gone on to write multiple times throughout my sketchbook after having written out this video idea, it is to spark innovative discussion styles I'm so fond to sprout on about. I don't know if this is greatly successful, but it outlines why I work the way I do and how I feel it is key to highlight. Within my writing, I tend quite naturally to flicker between person perspectives, and it has an effectiveness in engagement. Examples of this are currently attached to my studio wall. But I guess I wanted to write this whole video in that format. You can do this, you see this, yet somehow something stopped me. Because seeing this in a spectrum of science is something still to be played around with. So yeah, to make up for all those things I haven't yet done, here is my rambling. I also have dreams of putting perspectives into VR, so stick around for that clickbait, I guess.